It's just part of the life experience, just like breathing and swallowing and eating and laughing and crying are part of life, that it's just part of learning, to learn more, to grow more. So many people that overcome so much in life and so many people that become so successful, it's not a big deal. I think how you deal with failure is one of those things that really make or break who you are as a person and really determine so much of your life, what you'll accomplish, what you won't accomplish, how you'll feel about yourself. And so in this video, I want to look at 4 ways that I look at the topic of failure. So the first way that I deal with failure is that I just simply recognize that it's a part of life. Sometimes I know I'm gonna fail, and sometimes you're gonna fail as well. It's just part of the life experience, just like breathing and swallowing and eating and laughing and crying are part of life, so is failure. And I think that for so many people, they make it such a devastating part of their life when it really just doesn't need to be. Second way that I face failure is that I recognize that it's just part of learning. So if I think of failure as an endpoint or something that is final, then it feels so much more devastating and it's really debilitating. But if instead I just look at failure as something that helps me to learn more, to grow more, then failure isn't all bad. It's actually something that brings about a lot of good. And I think if that most of us were to look at our lives and we'd look at the times when we really grew a lot and we really overcame things that really challenged us, we'd find that it's all thanks to failure. So look at the good side of failure and not just the bad side. So very related to learning from failure is, as I mentioned, growing from failure. And in this area, I think that so many people that overcome so much in life and so many people that become so successful, it really has to do with them growing from failure. Most people in their life, whether it's tackling a new skill or a new job or whatever it is, someone that is a sports performer, these people are so successful because they overcame failure again and again and again, endlessly sometimes, for years or sometimes even for decades. There's people that have accomplished amazing things in life, but they grew through those failures. They never gave up through those failures, and as a result, people look back at them as this amazing person, and they forget that they're really the person that failed 10,000 times at X, and instead think of the person that ran the fastest speed or that invented the light bulb or whatever it may be. So don't focus on the pain of failure. Instead, focus on how failure can help you grow. The fourth way that I deal with failure is that I don't self-identify myself as a failure just because I failed. What do I mean? If I fail, it doesn't mean that I think of myself overall as a capital F failure. I just look at myself as someone who failed and maybe failed. It's not a big deal. And I think that attitude of not so much not caring about failing because I want to succeed, I want to grow, I want to learn, I want to improve, but I don't identify the small fails along the way or even the big fails at times along the way with who I am overall as a human being. Instead, I look at, am I determined? Do I not give up in the face of adversity? Do I have the courage to keep going even when I'm scared of failure? Those type of things matter far more to me than whether or not I failed here or there in life. So what about yourself? How do you deal with failure? Are you someone that lets it impact your life and become debilitating? Or are you the type of person that's willing to see failure as just part of life, ways that help you to grow and learn and to become the person that you want to be? As always, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and take care.